This is the swingers community, r/swingers that
Mhm.
I went to and looked through yesterday. I spent a lot of time yesterday. I learned some of the lingo. If you guys want some help, I can throw some at you. First of all, swinging is not called swinging, it's called the lifestyle. I learned that. So
Hmm.
if you guys are looking to swing,
Wow.
make sure you say you're into the lifestyle.
Like the mafia, how you don't call it,
The
you
Yeah.
know,
mafia.
you got to call it the business.
Yeah.
Is it the biz? I don't think it's the business.
I think it's business.
I don't think
pretty
that's
sure.
the. Can I just say quickly that I have a story of swinging. Not that I did it myself,
Let's
but
hear it. Oh well,
I
that's
was
what
I was
hoping for.
doing a prank on Roger Stone with Brendan Walsh, and one of the things we were like pretending that Brendan Walsh didn't know his mic was on, and he was saying like, "Ask Roger about swinging, like if I because Roger Stone's into swinging,"
Yeah.
and Roger Stone sent me a message afterwards, being like, "How dare you? Like my wife is sick." And then I was like, "Oh no, I didn't know that, Mr. Stone. I wouldn't have made fun of your wife being sick, I made fun of her had I known she was sick." And he's like, "You know what? All is fair in love and war. I understand humor, sir. Good day and good luck." That's what he
What?
says. I swear to you, Roger Stone. Yeah, he was
So
like, "Hey, I'm an honorable guy."
he is, but he swings. I mean, it feels like, is he a Florida guy, Chris?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I mean, Bubba's obviously a Florida guy. Just called one of Bubba's guys the other day, Lummox, and said, "Hey, I heard that Bubba used to pay you by letting you fuck his wife," and then he took me totally seriously and was like, "No, I never did." And I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I was like, "He never let you. He fucking let everyone. He never." And then, so yeah, the Florida's huge on the swinging lifestyle.
Oh yeah, Brent Hatley, which is like Bubba's old producer and Howard Stern's old producer, was living in New York, and he was like, the swinging in New York is terrible. I got to move to.
I gotta
back to
change
Florida."
locations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
This guy
I would
went.
just jack off. I would start to pack my stuff up, and then I would just be like, "Fuck this! I'm not moving. I'm just jacking off."
Yeah, because
Because I hate moving.
Oh fuck, do I hate moving
across the country.
across the state, like
Yeah,
state
come on,
to
man.
state? Like you're talking about on a
You're
fucking
renting a
oh,
U-Haul for that, or a
nightmare.
pod. I'm getting a pod. I'm
Buddy,
hanging up. I'm
how
jacking
about-
off.
dude, get a pocket pussy.
Do anything. Fuck your wife for fuck's
Order
sake.
a
He's
pocket
married.
pussy.
Well, don't go
Yep.
too
No,
far.
don't.
there,
This
bro.
not be ridiculous.
Draw the line and fucking my wife. Somebody
Yeah.
else. That's somebody else's job.
That's someone else's job. It's everybody else's job.
So this guy went to a swingers club in the dead of winter. I can't figure out where it was. He just called it. Oh, wait. Okay. As a couple, 29 female and 36 male, we tried out both Exotic Desert Resort, that's EDR, and Sea Mountain Inn recently. We had been to Sea Mountain Inn on a day pass last year in the spring, and we really liked it. We wanted to try out staying on site. So there's a sex. I can't believe there's a sex resort in the United States. I would have never believed that you'd be able to get away with that here.
Yeah. Or they probably have like yurts or something
yes
on
beautiful.
premises.
But wait a second. Isn't hedonism is in the United States, right?
That's in
That's in Jamaica.
isn't that in the Bahamas or Jamaica? Yeah.
Yeah, Negril,
Oh,
Jamaica.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
I
know
see.
if we have. I know there's swingers clubs in the States because I've read reviews of them. I really didn't think there was a sex resort in the United States. I figured like because I never been to a resort, I figured that's like all of them basically that
Yeah.
people go there to fuck basically. So this is his words. This is his review. This is for the Exotic Desert, whatever it is. Showed up a day before an event. It felt awkward being naked and in the pool with 5+ guys setting up for the event. So this guy was naked in the pool while there were workers there fucking. They were all
Yeah.
very friendly, just an awkward situation. People started showing up in the evening after 6 p.m. Most stayed clothed or kept a robe on. Parentheses, wintertime. The few people in the hot tub and main pool were naked and topless. They enforced the no sex in the pool rule, LOL. That seems.
See, this is why I don't understand about these places. You're there and you're like taking mental inventory of who is and who is not naked. Like
true.
you're not. I mean, you're supposed to be. It's all about like freedom and losing your inhibition or whatever. And you're like sitting there and being like, "Well, this
Yeah.
guy's not getting naked. There's not enough naked women here. I'm leaving
Yeah.
or whatever." Like
I
you're not
can't see
there
this
for the
guy's
right
rod.
reason.
I can't even see this guy's rod at all. And what the fuck? Yeah, you're right. That is totally sort of like against what the whole idea is. Just like letting people do what they want, and
You hear
Yeah.
it's non-judgmental. Like that's the main thing you read about hedonism, is that it's like a very non-judgmental place. But it does feel like if you're just a dude that's like, I'm just gonna wear a towel because I don't even like
Yeah.
taking my shirt off. I'm gonna wear a towel like up over my titties, like that kind of situation, because I don't like even taking my shirt off. It's like
I'm wearing one of those 1920s bathing suits. It's the whole big black and white stripes.
it's like going to like a water park, and like I remember I went to a water park with my dad one time when I was a kid, and I was like, I'm just not gonna take my shirt off. I was like 16. I was like, I'm not taking my fucking shirt off at this place. There's no way. I don't want people to see me without a shirt on. And then I tried to go down the first water slide and I got stuck because my shirt like
Brutal.
got me
That is
stuck.
brutal.
We gotta go rescue the little fat kid in his shirt in the water slide.
They're yelling. They're
You're
yelling
doing
on the megaphone.
specifically to not draw attention to yourself. And you drew a bunch of attention to yourself.
Megaphone guys.
fire
We got
department is
somebody on a t-shirted child has gotten stuck.
I tried like put my hands on the sides and pushing myself down. It just wouldn't get moving, and I wasn't taking my shirt off. So after that, I went and took the shirt off and just had a bad self-esteem day at the water park.
I understand that. I think you shouldn't be able to maybe go to a sex thing where everyone's naked and not be naked. I guess whatever, but it is kind of weird. Like at a nude beach, there is that kind of weird thing of like, hey, we're showing you our body, and if you're not showing, you're kind of just there watching,
You're
Yeah.
leering.
Yeah, leering. But I don't know if it's entirely true, but I know you get that feeling. Like there's a nude beach in Vancouver, and I've been there before, and if you go there and you're clothed, it's it's a little different vibe. Some people are kind of, you can feel it. People are like, hey, I'm presenting my whole body. I'm showing you my tits, puss, dick, asshole, anus, all that stuff, and you're here all fully clothed. So I don't know if that would be the case at one of these sex. Sounds like not necessarily at these sex clubs or sex resorts.
Yeah. So this guy goes, the few people in the hot tub and main pool were naked and topless. Roughly 1 to 2 couples in 40s, 2 to 3 in the 50s, and 3 to 4 in the 60s. So that's the age breakdown of the people at the sex club. They knew each other as they were part of the organized event and showed up early. Small chit chat, lots of inside jokes / puns / innuendo. When I read that part, I was like, the innuendo at this place is just it's the worst place in the world. Like it really feels like it would feel bad to be there. Like people are like, hey, in and out, Hey,
later after dinner, I'm gonna eat some buns, right? You know what I'm saying, sweetheart?
I'm saying, sweetheart.
Hey, sweetheart, you know what I'm saying there, hey?
Slurp up some spaghetti at the pasta store. We didn't really connect with anyone, so we went to play in the playroom, which that's a common thing.
I don't like that.
I don't either. They call it the playroom. Hey, we're just gonna go to the
What's
playroom.
the playroom? What's the playroom?
My guess is a room full of people sucking and fucking and jerking off.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what one looks like because, I've never been to a swingers club, but I assume from what I read on one of the things, it's like a room that's really dark with like black painted walls and black light is what I think it is, which seems counterintuitive, but I guess you could like splatter paint the room so people can't tell. People are jacking off on the walls.
Yeah. Just put the black light paint everywhere or whatever.
Yeah. The maze was closed due to weather, which that was.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I'm here to go to the sex maze. Like I couldn't figure out what the sex maze was, other than like, oh, we went down the wrong.
Basically, I know what a sex maze is. I do know this one actually. It's like basically it's like a maze, like sort of like a hedge like maze, but they're not hedges. It's just like, you know, you have to walk through, and as you're walking through and trying to get to the end, there's somebody just fucking eating your ass, just fucking eating the shit straight out of your ass.
Well, here's a problem.
You can't fucking focus because some guy's eating your ass while you're trying to solve the maze.
He's on like a wheelchair. Not really. He's on like one of those things for like a broken leg or whatever, where he's like wheeling himself along behind you, and he's just eating you the whole time.
He's on
He's
one of
dressed
those,
like a minotaur.
Yeah.
he's on one of those things mechanics use, just laying back.
Oh wow.
Just rolling under, you know, multiple people.
Wow.
So the maze was closed due to weather, but when we walked through, it was very awkward that the floor is made with rocks and not something level / flat, which is like, so it hurts your feet to go through the sex maze,
or maybe it hurts your back.
Okay.
Is what they're more concerned with. You know what I'm saying? They're looking to have sex in the sex maze, perhaps, and they're like, it's bullshit that it's rocks because, you know, uneven. It should be like an even ground, is what they were saying.
Well, but this guy's saying the hotel itself is mostly a shoes on vibe. So, which to me is like, I guess, like, you might take, like, it probably is good to wear your shoes at a sex resort, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's probably good advice.
I
think the vibe would be off though, so I don't know what you'd do.
I'm taking my shoes off for sure at a sex resort.
You see a guy's cock, you don't want to look down and see his nasty shoes, dirt on the bottom of them.
Yeah, but think about this: it's a sex club, it's a sex place. Some people love those feet. They love to get turned on by them, and now all of a sudden you're hiding. Yeah, get them out of the shoes. Let them look at it. For God's sake,
It's disrespectful.
You're getting a chance to look at their titties and pussy and ass and anus, and now and so give them a chance to look at your feet if they're a feet guy / gal.
Look at those New Balances. My nice pair of New Balance shoes. I'm not just gonna take them off because I'm at the sex club.
You know what I was thinking? The shoes provide traction if you need to, you know, if you're having some sex or something like that.
Oh, I see.
Stepping in a puddle is sort of an issue.
No, see, none of your things are valid at all, Bryan, because they're not sex related. But see, Mike brought up a great point, which is that yes, the shoes can help you to have sex, but you're just like, oh, I could step in a puddle, yeah, and I hope it's
cum.
I
don't want to get gross. I don't want to get all icky.
Yeah,
that's how I
don't want to. I know, but you're at a sex club. Yeah, thank you. We literally said that at the same time. You are at a sex club, Bryan. You are worried about getting your feet dirty. That is the wrong way to be thinking.
I'm worried about dirt, just like in general in this situation.
Yeah, no, I don't think you would really want to be at the sex club.
You would fit in there.
I don't think you would find it like a clean place. I think you would be put off.
But the property is quite large and has multiple areas to get away, but only the main pool is heated. The playrooms were incredibly clean, well-maintained, easy to use. I don't know what the...
It's easy to use, says him, guy who knows how to have sex easily. God.
In there all day.
Yeah, I can't fucking figure it out for the life of me.
Pools and hot tubs were clean, recently refinished. Great location to go out to downtown shops and restaurants. The vibe I got is EDR is a hotel that hosts nightly swingers parties. This is best for people who prefer the club vibe without having to worry about getting home after. Probably best to stick to weekend events for max social interaction. No, now he's reviewing the next one. We were one of 2 couples, and the other couple, 60s. He keeps bringing their age, and he guesses 60s. Quite often. The other couple in their 60s was doing their own thing, so we basically had the place to ourselves. I don't think that seems like a negative to me when you're going to the.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're just trying to have
positive
review.
Giving a positive review of a swingers club, like, let me tell you, we had the place all to ourselves. We didn't have to worry about anybody getting in our way.
We fucked in all the rooms. We went to every corner of the playroom. It was fucking great. And then there was a 60-year-old couple just fucking over there doing their own thing. Like, so it seems like maybe some people just like to go to, they just go there like people who go to a country club and don't play golf.
Yeah. They're not going there for the sex purposes. They're going for the relaxing, which is like you could go to any other resort or vacation spot. Why would you?
I think they're going for the sex, but then there's only 2 couples there, and then they're like they weren't feeling the other couple. You know what I mean? It's like when there's a bunch of people there, you could be like, okay, hey, maybe I could find someone, but it's like, okay, it's just you or nobody. That's really a lot of pressure, I feel like.
Fuck.
What happened? What happened, Brian?
Okay, so
Got a spill?
What happened?
Sort
brother?
of. I get these La Columbia draft lattes. You know what they are? They're like in a little can. And when you open them, they just explode all over the fucking place every time.
They'll
Even
do
if you
that.
tap the top. It's like this nitro. I don't think they have it all figured out. You know.
Tap
So-
the top. Hey, let's get back to the sex talking. Let's talk about tapping the bottom.
Well, the only thing to add from the previous review is that they added a playroom near the hot tub. Next morning, there were already 2 new couples and a single lady for the event, which, by the way, learned that a single lady is called a unicorn.
Yeah.
Because they're hard to find.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yep. And for people
all
wanting-
the stuff with the little, the pineapple logo and for the swingers and stuff like that, it's upside down and all their little. It's like the fucking Freemasons or something. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
why are
is
you making
so
it
much.
seem so?
Just go jack off. Just
yeah.
go jack. Like, take 5 minutes and go jack off somewhere, and then come back and we'll have a
I
conversation.
know. Well, if I'm in my fucking 30s, I just can't imagine being like, hey, let's go to the club tonight and just fuck 47 times.
This is gonna be an hours long thing.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an entire day of shit.
All night. I'm going to go to a hotel that I can sleep at for multiple days, and that's all I'm doing. That's the whole fucking thing. Maybe some sightseeing, obviously, they said. For people wanting to find other couples, weekdays in the winter are going to be very low probability, but we enjoyed the resort aspect.
Enjoyed,
yes. Weirdly,
Did you
there
say-
were.
Let
I
him
did
have
say
it.
enjoyed.
Let him have it.
Did you
Please.
say enjoy?
This is the
Let him
first
have it.
episode. Come on.
Just let him have it.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not even. Listen, I want everyone to know nobody mentioned enjoyed in the comments, please.
Nobody will mention
Let-
it. I don't think.
I doubt. Well, they won't now because I've told them
Yeah,
not
you
to.
told
They
them
might.
not to.
They might have before, but don't mention it. Brian needs this. The first episode. We don't need to be
Yeah.
focusing on. There's been a lot of funny stuff that has been said, and no need to focus it on enjoyed.
Yes, that's true. But he said,
don't know how you'd spell it. Don't even know how you'd spell it. I guess
ENJ.
ENJORED.
Oh, yeah, I
probably.
guess so. I guess if you were to, I guess that's how you do it. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. The next morning, okay, so he goes, weirdly, there were 1 to 2 people fully clothed doing maintenance during the daytime, but it didn't feel as awkward as at EDR, likely due to how the place is arranged and layered. They really do get a lot of how small the space is. It looks and feels higher end. You pay for what you get, which I think it's the other way around there. Like,
You get what you pay for.
yeah. I don't think it's you pay for what you get. But so seems like there's an issue at America swingers clubs where they maybe, I guess I would say, maybe hire a guy that is naked to do the maintenance.
Yeah. It's off-putting. It's off-putting
It is
when the
kind of weird
when the
with
maintenance
their-
workers and janitorial staff are just wearing their overalls. Can you make them maybe get naked with us?
Like, I
don't
understand that they
feel
have to
awkward.
have some way. So if you could just like tattoo their like a sort of uniform like thing onto them, so we understand that they are service staff, but we can still see their cocks and anuses.
It is an interesting problem to have to, because you can't fucking have guy doing electrician work naked, but you also
we could Donald Duck it. Maybe he could go t-shirt, no pants or underwear.
Yeah, just the polo with the logo resort logo.
Yeah,
on.
totally. And then
Yeah.
he's just wearing nothing.
This is a guy that had a question on our swingers. Single male in the lifestyle, which, by the way, that's I don't feel like that's. I don't think you're a swinger if you're single man.
You just want to have sex. I think most guys, if most single guys are swingers, if this guy is, he's like, hey, I'm looking for somebody to have sex with.
So he goes, single male in the lifestyle, had some very enjoyable experience, but struggle with premature ejaculation during experiences in the lifestyle. If I have vanilla sex with one partner, I do not suffer from this. Anyone had the same experience and managed to resolve this. So he's...
Oh, I see. So
Damn.
he is in the lifestyle because he's having sex with couples.
Yeah, I just
Who
don't
are
think...
together. So that is kind of their swinging. So he's involved in the lifestyle, whereas he might himself, he's not swinging. He is having sex with people who are swinging.
Yeah. Well, somebody helped him out and said, there are many different ways to curve this. First, it's curb, but I guess like it's
Whatever.
fine to say
That's
curve.
funny. Yeah.
There are many different ways to curve this. Short term. Easiest way is to masturbate / get off beforehand as long as your refractory
That's smart.
period will be
Smart.
good.
Yeah.
Comment left
There-
by A. Einstein.
Yeah, that's one of the smartest things ever. That reminds me of a
Hardest thing
fucking...
to jerk off before you.
It's like such a classic thing, though. It's like almost like straight out of a fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. Straight up.
Jerk off, make sure you take the long way there to like kind of get yourself horned back up again.
That is good advice, though. That is genuinely good
Yeah.
advice. I think that is good real world advice that will work, probably, right?
Yeah. So he goes beforehand, as long as your refractory period will be good, your second time will always last longer. During your swap, keep mixing up what you're doing. Do some PIV. I don't know what that is.
Penis and vagina.
oh.
Penis in vagina.
Well, just
Yeah.
why can't you just put fuck? Do some fucking.
Well, because there's anus fucking and there's other types of fucking.
That's a fair point.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Mike hadn't heard that yet.
PIV is penis and vagina, yeah.
When getting close, pull out and go down on them. Use your fingers, everything at your disposal. Like,
Grab your
Yeah.
cell phone.
I once called a like a men's rights kind of guy, or like a pickup artist, and I said, hey, what do? I got a micro penis. You know what I mean? And he told me very honestly, he said, get that tongue game going.
Mm.
that's
So I think
nice.
that's like, that's good. I think that is good advice, definitely, for obviously, keeping yourself from coming, but also just in general, if you don't think you're good at fucking, if you got a bad dick
Yeah.
or whatever, get that tongue game going.
Well, he also says use some lidocaine spray / numbing condoms. They'll work magic. Less is more as you still want to feel something. So don't use too much lidocaine spray on your
Never
dick.
heard of that. Never heard of that. So that's something to actually make it so you can't feel anything.
Yeah,
Just
that's what
when
they-
people.
Numbing agent for your.
Yeah,
It
That
is, it
is. I have genuinely not heard of that before, and it's really funny to me, the idea of guys just like spraying their dick numb so they
Yes.
don't come.
So he says in the long term, so he's given some long-term advice here. Practice edging / denial every time your penis is receiving pleasure. Build yourself up 3 times, wait a minute or two, then continue. On the 4th or more, allow yourself to ejaculate. Do this for as long as you would want a play session to be. So that is like, that's real inside stuff I just gave.
I
people.
feel like it's really. I think when you start edging, I think that's when you sort of you jump over the cliff into like being like a sex person. I
Yes.
think, in my opinion.
I have to agree. Like denying yourself just because, like Mike said, you could also just do this all in 5 minutes and just be done with it for,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the day.
I got shows to watch. I don't have
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Be edging my penis.
Not paying for all these streaming services. So I can sit around
Be
and edge
edging my penis all day. Yeah. Oh, sorry, honey. I couldn't go to the grocery store today. I was edging my penis.
Practice being more aware of what's happening with your body. If you truly pay attention to what's happening, you'll notice your body is getting too excited quickly. Use your brain to slow things down. Practice
Hey, which
med-
brain?
practice meditating and controlling your breathing, and it'll make a difference. So the next one is do Kegels. Look it up. This needs to be a regular exercise you practice every day. After a few weeks, you'll notice a difference. I don't know.
I've heard of Kegels before. I thought it was something that women do, but I don't know exactly what it is. I thought it was an exercise women did for like vagina tightness or like. Am I
the thing
wrong?
you do when you stop peeing, right? The manual. That's the muscle, right?
I'm not sure.
Am I misremembering that? What is
I'm not sure. I think we sound very. I mean, I definitely sound stupid here, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess we look it up though. That's what he told us to do. So, Brian, you want to look it up and see what these are?
Yep. Involves repeatedly contracting and relaxing the muscles that form part of the pelvic floor.
I don't know how to do that. I don't think I have that kind of control over my body. You know?
I think it's when you stop peeing and stuff. I think that's your Kegel muscle. Like that.
So if you just go in there,
I'm
and
doing
you
it
take
right now. I'm strong as hell down there.
You go in there and take
strong as hell, man. Because I'm always like sitting there, like crossing my legs, like not, and like when I really have to pee. When I'm out at the mall or whatever with my mom, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, she's like, I know you have to go, and I'm like, no, I don't, you know, but then I actually do, and I'll hold it for so long.